G'day. This video is just a follow-up to my stuttering issue that I was having with Black Ops 4, and this is just a video to show you that I found a few fixes for multiplayer, not Blackout. Unfortunately, Blackout is still unplayable for me. Not as bad as it was before, but it is pretty bad still. I'm still getting stuttering when I get shot at. Still get stutter when I'm just running around the map on Blackout. But for multiplayer and zombies, I pretty much fix the stutter most of the time. Not all the time. Sometimes the stutter does come back for like a few games, but then it just goes away again. So I fix the stutter pretty much. So what you want to do, head down to the description, and there's a Reddit page right here. Click on that link. There'll be a link to this page, and so he goes through the setting up your control panel for NVIDIA. In the so you just go here, and then you click on that, and it'll open up your NVIDIA control panel. So he helps you optimize it, make you run the game better. I've done it, but I managed to not find much help with that one on certain things, so I've left it to my tasting. So I did change a few things around to my liking, and I did leave a few things on there. So that all good. Go to this Reddit page and just do as he says, and he does have a few people also having the similar problems to us, pretty much the same problems to us. Even like people for like RX freaking 280s or RX 2080s or what's can't say 1080s, whatever. So basically, people with like beefy computers getting the stuttering issues, and they're having the same problem as us. So it's kind of like a mixed bag of here, you know. So just do this. He does help. That's one of the things, but I'll show the things that I've done myself that has helped me with the stutter. So when you head over to your settings, all right, and you want to head over to privacy right here. Then you want to scroll down all the way to the bottom, and go up until you see background apps. Everything apps that are on in the background that are just wasting valuable resources. That's very, very fancy for me to say, but you know, just wasting space on your computer in the background, CPU usage, you know, things you don't need. So just turn everything that you don't think you need on. Just turn it off. I've turned pretty much everything. Xbox, yeah, we can turn that off. Voice recorder, no. Microsoft Photos, that turns on by itself sometimes, so I do that. Windows Store, I'll turn it on actually. Halo Wars was in the background for some reason. I'm like, I didn't even know I installed the game. Like, yeah, I remember playing it now. Yeah, okay, but I don't know why it was in the background, as in the background app, but it was. So just turn like things like that. You might have a lot on my other computer. I noticed that I do have a lot more apps in the background because it is an older computer. But yeah, so anyway, so now you want to go over to your updates and security. I happen to have a few updates for Windows, and after I updated, I did notice a bit of a fix for Black Ops 4. So anyway, you want to do that. Check for updates right here. Click on that. Does it things or search for updates. It has like minor updates like every few days. You don't need to worry about those, I guess. There will be another video on YouTube. There was another video on YouTube that tells you how to optimize Windows for gaming. I might link it in the description. I didn't do it personally. I just know there's a video out there that can optimize Windows for gaming, Windows 10 for gaming. But I might try it out. And I'll see if it actually works. Anyway, so next, continuing, we're going to go to Task Manager. So right-click on the bar down here, and then click on it, and it'll be over here. It'll be like this. So just get rid of everything in the background that does not look important. Repeat, does not look important. Do not get rid of things that look important, like all this stuff. Do not get rid of that. Especially do not get rid of, where is it? Right here. Do not get rid of Windows Explorer, because it will require you to turn off and turn back on your computer, because if you get rid of that, it just basically makes your window unfunctionable until you turn off your computer and turn it back on. Just do not, anything that looks important, do not turn off. Anything that don't look important, like like this, the servers and all that stuff. This is just for my colors, for my Razer equipment. You can turn that off, I guess. But I had like a Microsoft Edge. We can turn that off. Goodbye. We don't need you in the background. You know, just things like that. Cortana, I thought you were dead. Turn it off. Goodbye. Things like that. So Steam, if you have Steam, they'll be on the background. Certain apps do come back on after you end the task. Just note that certain apps do come back. So you can't really get rid of them. But like just things like other games that you might be in the background, like Windows, things in the background that you don't need. Kind of like the turning off background applications, but you just exit out of them. But be careful. Anything, I repeat again, anything that looks important, do not touch. Do not do anything with that. So yeah, Google does take quite a bit of memory on certain pages, so you might just want to exit out of that for now. Okay, now we've got all that done. We can exit out of tar settings. We can exit out of Google. Goodbye. We can exit out of... No, we need Blizzard. Yeah, okay, now we go to the details. Boom, boom, boom. And we can just wait here while we boot up our Black Ops 4. Now I'm going to go into the settings, and I'm going to show a few things that I've found that have helped me with performance-wise, with FPS, and help me get rid of the stutter. So we're just going to wait till this boots up. Should take a few seconds. Now, I am waiting for the NVIDIA drivers, the new ones that are coming out. I do not know when. I do not know where their schedules are for the new NVIDIA drivers, but the latest drivers they put out, the Force ones, the 416.34s, I think that's what they are right now. They apparently they're not well optimized. They're not good drivers. So they're not good drivers. So they have to wait for the newer drivers. That's a thing. Also, CPU usage is also a thing. The game does seem to max out your CPU for no reason. That's also a thing to take into account for your bad stuttering issues. Also, lack of RAM. The game does recommend for high settings that you do need 12 gigs of RAM. But for some reason, I do not know why, but for some reason, it doesn't even use little as 4 gigs. Like, it uses about... The most I've seen it used is like 60% of your RAM. Which is, I don't know what that is, but, you know, it doesn't even use the, you know... it's not even a game that requires a lot of hardware to run, but it does require a lot of hardware to run, if that sounds weird. Honestly, this game should be able to run on a 2012 computer. That's how you know, it's like a 5-year-old engine, you know. It's that bad. But full screen mode, always on full screen mode. Refresh rate, set it to your monitor's refresh rate, so it's just on 60 Hz. Display resolution, set it to your display resolution. If it's 1440p, if it's fucking 4K, or if it's 8K, or if it's 1080p like mine, set it to that. Render resolution, leave it on 100. Do not notice a difference if you go down below. FPS wise, there is a difference. Non-FPS wise, stuttering wise, no, do not notice a difference if I turn it on low. So we're just gonna leave it on 100. Okay, what is this? Aspect ratio, turn on to your one. So the normal one is 16:9, but if you have a wide monitor, you might need it will do it automatically. So don't touch that, it's all good. VSync, that is if you have a 60 Hz monitor like me, but I also like to see my FPS go up, because I am a huge FPS. I just look at, most of my games, I spend most of my time in-game looking at the FPS counter, because I'm that kind of person. So there have been talks that if you were to set it to 60 FPS, it does get rid of a lot of the stutter. But I have not seen it, but a few other people have said they've witnessed and have had it, you know, get rid of most of the stutter. So if you want to try that out, you can go ahead. But I do not do it because I do not notice a difference. And it does drop below 60 sometimes, so just leave it at 120, so it caps at 100. It doesn't cap at 120, but it caps at about 118 most of the time in games. So OCD was kicking in then. Brightness, whatever, your option. Display gamma. your option again. This display adapter, which is your GPU, all right, set it to this one, whichever one that has the color here, the aqua, whatever, light blue color. Set it to that one. Now, here is the problem with people having with their CPU setting it to low priority. So if you're having the low priority priority in the managed task manager, this is what will help you. Turn it to manual, and it should fix it. Like if you were to set it to high, it should stay on high if you leave it on manual. If you turn it to automatic, it's going to automatically change it back to low priority. So just leave it on manual. But I do not notice a difference. If I do actually notice a difference, if I leave it on manual, it does stutter a bit more for some reason. For me though, for only me, I've only noticed it for me. And a few other people just notice that if you just turn it on manual, it does help a bit, but not for me though. So I'm just going to leave it on automatic. Preload shaders. So this basically means before you get into a map, it's going to load the shaders, the shades, whatever, whatever. So it does take longer to load in game into matches. That's the thing. So I like to turn it off. Not sure why it's on. All right, but apparently it does help with gameplay. But I don't notice a difference. So I want to load in the game fastest. Okay, texture quality. Turn that on. Do not go to very high. Very high is where you will encounter the stuttering. And it does require more RAM if you go to very high, obviously. So you need to set it on high or below if you have below 12 gigs of RAM. This is medium again. This is all just, just to keep a high FPS while also trying to eliminate that stutter. So medium texture filter quality, medium. Special effects quality, you can turn that off. Honestly, I don't care what bombs look like because I'm going to die half of the time when I see the bombs. So you can turn that on off. I just turn on medium just for the looks. Model quality, turn that on medium because I do like things looking good. Reflections. If you like reflections, I guess you can turn it up. But me personally, no, I don't like it. No, I don't really mind. This is a huge hindrance, so you can turn it off. Again, I think I booted up in safe mode. I'm sorry. Objects view distance, we can turn it on medium. Shadow quality. This will be a definitely FPS impact. So you can turn it on medium. But me personally, I love my shadows on high. I like to see shadows. But apparently you don't notice a difference on medium compared to high. But if you look at the picture right here, this one right here is medium. This one right here is very high. But high is like the mixture between them. So high is pretty good. I like high. I like my shadows. That's what I'm basically trying to say. I like my shadows. Dynamic shadows also, I like to be on all, but there is a difference if you turn it on off. But I like my shadows. Special effect shadows, I do not like special effect shadows. That's the only shadows I do not like. If I see a bomb, I'm going to die by it, or I'm just going to try and avoid it, so why would I be looking at it? So, you can turn that off. Weapon shadows, I am not looking at my gun most of the time. I'm looking at my crosshair, so I can turn that off. Global, I turn that off just for the, turn it on low, just for my, to get rid of the stutter. Right, so you want to turn that on low. Anti-aliasing, turn on medium. If you go low, I have noticed it's kind of hard to see people because obviously the lines, does it sound like that? Like it kind of gets like right there. You can't see it, but I'm like looking at the screen right now. You can, it does look out of place. I like my lines to be nice and thin so I can see the enemy properly without looking at all that ugly line on the objects and stuff. So I do leave mine on medium. I would prefer it on high. We have to go with medium just to get rid of most of the problems that we're having. You can turn it on medium or high. I do not notice a difference. I turn mine on medium because I like my bright environments as well. Motion blur, turn that bitch off. I hate motion blur. Just turn it off. It ruins game. Like it looks so bad. Just turn off motion blur. And I think it is a might help with a few FPS. I might give you a few more FPS, I guess. I'm not too sure. Whatever this is, turn it off. Because I do not notice a difference with it on or off, so I just turn it off. This one is a huge impact, so you can leave it off. Turn it on if you want, but you might notice a huge FPS drop in that, so you can turn it off. Okay, for that said and done, I think we've got everything. Yeah, I think everything's good. I'm just going through everything to check if everything is good. These are my settings, what I play with, obviously. Yep, I think everything's good. Field of view, actually. I have heard a few things about field of view. So it does render. It does. If you have a higher field of view, obviously it's going to have to render more because you're seeing more of the environment. If that makes sense, it just widens your view, so you will be seeing more of the environment. So if you really want the FPS, you really need the FPS, you probably turn it down to 70, 75, 80. But it's not going to be a huge difference, right? It's not going to be a huge difference. So I just leave on default. 90 is default for most games. So that's good. Actually, we could probably have a look at that one. My phone doing? Never mind. No, never mind. So when I aim down sights, this is just a thing. When I aim down sights, I do know it stutters before they're fully aimed down sights. So that could be a thing. There's a thing in the options where you just basically, if you aim down sights, it doesn't zoom in, so it just looks normal. Just got the sights there. I think this is what I was trying to find, but I can't find it. So whatever. I don't want to play a game because this video is already long enough and it's gonna hit my Wi-Fi. I won't be able to do anything for a while. But just take my word for it that it has fixed my FPS problem. No, my stuttering problem and a few FPS drops problem. Most of the time, certain maps. If we go here, I think we can select maps here. Hold on. Can we select maps? What is this? I've never been to this. I thought this was just create your own. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I know. Maps, here we go. Okay, this map right here, huge stuttering problem here. Okay, this right here, also huge stuttering problem. That's 2 maps. This right here, that's 3 maps now, huge stuttering problem for me that I've got rid of, but it still stutters every once in a while. This is also, so that's 4 maps, I think. 5 maps now. 6 maps. Okay, yeah, so 6 maps that are basically were unplayable until I done this, and now they are playable, but they do get stutter every once in a while. So this eliminates most of the time, not all the time. So yeah, certain maps are just unplayable, are just more stuttery, I mean, than other maps. So yeah, so I've been basically been able to play multiplayer now without needing to stutter, and I've got in a few things, like a gold right now. But it's been like a week and like a few days, and I honestly thought they would have fixed the Blackout by like day 4 of it being released, but they didn't, and that was kind of disappointing. And it's been a week now and a bit, and they still haven't fixed it, and they still haven't come out with new drivers, and they still haven't promised a lot of things that was meant to be in the game that is not in the game, such as where is most of the content. Like, this is just a rant right now, but if you want to listen, like, there's only like a handful of guns, and they got rid of multiplayer. I mean, not multi. They got rid of campaign, and there's only like a handful of guns. Just kind of a disappointment, you know. That is a disappointment. So that's just my rant over whatever. So hopefully this has fixed your problems with stuttering for multiplayer and Blackout, maybe, hopefully Blackout and zombies. The Reddit post will be in the description. The link will be in the description for the Reddit post. Thank you to that person, whoever it was, for posting that. And just know you're not the only ones with low computers are getting it. People with beefy computers are getting the stuttering problem. Even worse than I am. They can't even play the game, period, because that's how that's how stuttering they get. That's how much stutter they get. So just know you guys are not alone. Just know it's a thing on the game side, Activision side, Treyarch side. Yeah. So hopefully this fixed it. Leave a like if it did. Comment if you're having any problems, because I will help. Last video I didn't comment because I basically just uploaded the video just to show a few people that I'm getting stuttering issues. I didn't know it'll get 129 views, which from my point of view is crazy. Which is made me smile when I logged in today and I saw it. I'm like, whoa, because that's a new account. I just made that account specifically to upload that video, so I didn't realize that people were commenting on it because I thought it would just be a dead video. So that's why I wasn't commenting on those videos. But hopefully this fixed your problems. Yep, see ya in the next video.